Wow, guys, I did not expect a day like that. And I went out 9 hours ago this morning. So I started my day at 12:15. It's around about 9:30 now. I took about a 15-minute break. But oh my word, what a day. Been absolutely drenched, then got dry, and drenched, dry all day long. I'm absolutely soaking wet. I just wanted to give my first impressions of what an amazing day. Food delivery seems to be back with a bang. Obviously been driving through heavy rain today, so it's made a big difference, but oh my word, my earnings have probably been amazing. I've not had a chance to look into all of them. I'm going to give you this first impression. I'm going to record the main part of the video tomorrow where I go through all of my earnings for today. I think it's probably per hour the best day I've ever done in 3 hours of delivering. Sorry, 3 hours, 3 years of delivering. But anyway, I'm going to give it a rough guess on what my hourly rate is now at £22.50 per hour. That's what I think I've done. What I'm going to do is tomorrow, when I'm a bit more dry, a bit less disheveled and got some more light, go through all of my earnings and we'll see how much I've made. So it's now Monday afternoon. I've worked this morning. It was another pretty good shift, to be honest with you. Not too bad. But I am drier and warmer and ready to go through the earnings for yesterday with you. And they are good. I am very happy to share this with you, indeed. What I'm going to do is I'll at first go through what I earn on each app. Then I'll give you the grand total and what I earned before expenses, and then we'll break down the expenses and we'll see what profit we actually got for the whole day. So starting off with Just Eat. Just Eat, I only did 2 orders. I found that the offers coming through on Just Eat weren't quite as good as the ones on Uber and Deliveroo, so I was choosing to do those a bit more, especially because I was aiming to mainly do supermarket runs because I knew that the order would definitely be ready, and that seemed to have served me quite well. So 2 orders on Just Eat, £13.97 in total. Earnings per order of £6.99, so about £7 per order. That's what I was sort of aiming for yesterday with the wet weather, is to be around about £7 per order. So I'm happy enough for that, but only the 2 orders. So next up we got Uber Eats. So on Uber I did 4 orders throughout the course of the day. All supermarket orders, so all nice and quick, as you can probably tell. Fees per order £6.39, so not quite as good as Just Eat per order, but they were all very easy pickups, very quick. So I was very happy with Uber yesterday. But Deliveroo, what an absolutely stonking day I had on Deliveroo. I've not had a day like this on Deliveroo for about 3 years. And to be fair, Deliveroo in general is on definitely an upward trajectory, whereas Just Eat is on a downward trajectory. So with Deliveroo yesterday, I did £204.90. That averages out at about, well, actually it's 94 pence. There's some kind of error with the reporting, but that averages out at just under £24 an hour on Deliveroo. It's actually a little bit higher because the reporting is a little bit off. I wasn't on Deliveroo quite as much as what Radio thinks I was. But anyway, 27 orders, £7.59 per order. I was well and truly over the moon with what I earned on Deliveroo. But let's add them all up, see what we got for the day. So then my total for 9 hours, £246.22. Actually, it's 26p. Again, there's a bit of a differential in the reporting there. And what did I guess? £22.50 an hour last night. Well, £27.36 per hour for 9 hours. I've never ever thought I'd ever have a day like that. I've had days where I've taken more money throughout the whole day, but I've done more hours. But on the terms of a pay per hour basis, that yesterday in that rainstorm, whatever you want to call it, was windy at the beginning and then really wet at the end. That's the best day I've had in terms of pay per hour. So that's absolutely fantastic. I'm well chuffed with that. But obviously it's not all what goes in my back pocket. So let's have a look at see what my pay per hour is and what my profit is after my expenses. Just a side note for anybody that's interested in what my rate per mile was. Again, a fantastic number. I normally try to aim for late, like over £1.50 or like £2, that kind of, like £1.50 to £2 per mile, I think is a good rate. Yesterday I did 98.2 miles, which brings me out at £2.51 per mile, which is obviously well above what I normally aim for. So here comes the not so great bit: expenses. So my main two expenses, obviously insurance, which is much higher for delivery drivers than normal insurance. You have to get a specific one. If you're just new coming to this, there are some videos on my channel about this, so check those out. And fuel. I don't generally take into account like things like repairs and stuff like that. I look at that more of like an annual basis, because it's quite hard to quantify on a day-to-day basis how much you're spending on that sort of thing. But anyway, insurance and fuel, that's what we'll go for. So my insurance for the day was £5.17. Quite high for a year-long policy, but that's because somebody crashed into me. Raised my policy up. Anyway, fuel, £11.20 for the day. That means my expenses for the day, £16.37. Now that brings my profit out to £229.99, meaning even after my expenses, my estimation of what I made per hour was still below what I actually did. So I actually made £25.50 £25.55 per hour. God, I can't get my words out today. Anyway, I think that's fantastic. I'm well happy with that. That goes to show you, for anybody that's wondering, what's it like driving in the rain on Just Eat, Deliveroo, Uber Eats? Is it worth it? Yes, I believe it definitely is. That is 100% much better than if it was a nice sunny day. Probably be looking at more about £12–13 at the moment. So yeah, it's probably about double. So fantastic. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and hopefully I shall see you in another video in the future. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers.